Welcome back to CC with Moxie. I'm E. I'm a homeschooling mama in Northeast Georgia, and I've got a whole lot of Moxie for CC. And I am joined by a very special guest today. Who are you?
I am Emma.
Emma, and who do you belong to?
You?
She's mine, guys. She's my oldest. You're about to be
16.
16 in a few weeks. So that equivalates to about what year in school are you?
10th grade.
10th grade. So in the challenge world at CC, we call that challenge 2. And she's been in CC her entire life. She's never done a different school program. And I thought I'd bring her on because there are some common questions that people ask when you start thinking about homeschooling, or maybe you're already homeschooling or already in CC and you think to yourself, do they get enough social time when they're older? So I thought we'd go straight to the source and ask a kid. Why not, right? What do you think when you hear the question, do you get enough socialization?
I think it's really funny because I do get a lot of
I know, tongue twister.
socialization.
Yes. Let's talk a couple different aspects of that. First of all, on our community day. So usually I grew up in the regular school system in classrooms, and we were at a desk most of the day, and we got to talk sometimes or raise our hands if called upon. You answer. Is that kind of how CC rolls up in the challenge level?
No, it's more of a conversing where you're talking and listening and learning how to conversate with each other.
Yeah.
On a deeper level.
I think really important keyword she just said there, mamas, was listening. So often we're so busy talking that we're not active listeners. If we're not actively listening, first of all, we're not learning.
No.
You're not hearing the other person's opinion or perspective. And if your goal is trying to persuade somebody to your viewpoint, how are you going to do that if you're not listening to their viewpoint, right?
Right.
So throughout the day, basically the director is asking all sorts of questions of y'all. And you're doing what?
We are responding and giving answers to those questions.
Do you always agree on a viewpoint?
No.
No. Those are the best discussions, though, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you handle when somebody thinks quite differently than you do in class?
You typically will respect their opinion, but also tell your side of what your opinion is as well to get both sides of it.
Yeah. And then the other thing I love about CC is God is brought into almost every single conversation we have. The goal is every conversation, right? And so do you get to relate things back to scripture and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So outside of Tuesdays, so you get to talk all throughout the day with your friends. You've got lunchtime, obviously, while you are hanging out. Normally, mamas, there are a million extracurriculars that you can choose to do. If you have a big family, you might do less. Depending on budget and time commitments and things. But there are so many options regardless of where you live. And our family has found some true joy in a few things that we do. But also, once they become teenagers, sometimes they do more evening activities. And that's great because they don't have homework. Since they don't have homework, it frees up their evenings for either family time or fruitful things like we do. So on Wednesdays, what do you do on Wednesdays from 2 to 6?
On Wednesdays, we do a drama program called Roots and Wings.
Okay.
And
what's the purpose?
We are trying to bring people who might or might not know Christ closer to him through little plays or skits that we'll do, and it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. You're there for 4 hours, but your group only is going for about 2 hours of that time. So the other 2 hours, what are you doing?
We are talking, playing, and just hanging out. It's fun.
Sometimes I've even come in to pick you up and I see y'all doing line dances and playing board games or whatnot. So a lot of social time then.
Yes.
And then you've got 2 different Bible studies that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So at those Bible studies, do you only dig into the Word, which is a top priority for us, but is that all you do?
No. We will also talk with each other, understand each other's viewpoints and opinions on what it is that we are learning and trying to applicate that and trying to be a safe space for each other.
And then you've got one of your Bible studies, y'all decided to assign accountability partners for each other. What do you think about how's that been for your life?
I've really liked it because it's it's a safe space where you can be completely vulnerable and talk with somebody when you're struggling, and they can really help you out. And I've really liked it.
Yeah, it's brought you closer. And then sometimes they've got, themed nights where everybody will bring a certain
Right.
dessert or something to share, and you have hang time from that, right? And then what does our family tend to do? You usually have at least 1, maybe 2 days a week where you get your schoolwork done a little earlier than you planned, and now you have some free time. And as you can tell, I'm not social at all. What do we tend to do?
We will call up friends, try to schedule a hangout, and see if they are also available.
Yes. So we do impromptu hangouts. And then also usually at communities, you'll have some organized activities that you'll know about in advance. Maybe you're meeting up at a park, or maybe the teens are hanging out at a pizza place, or whatever it is. And so, in a nutshell, do you feel like you get enough social time?
Yes.
Yes. So if you're considering homeschooling as an option, and you're thinking that you're going to be stuck at home all day and have no life, and your kids won't be around other kids, I would say that isn't true. I also think it just came to mind with CC, you are regularly with kids of all sorts of ages. So you're able to carry conversations with little wee ones that need help with swings on the playground, but also you carry yourself well with adults. In fact, we were recently at our pastor's house for Easter, and you got quite a compliment. You were conversing with a new friend. It was like my husband and I's age. And what did he say to you?
He said that he thought I was 17 based off of my communication skills. And when I told him I was 15, he was very shocked, and then told me I was very good at holding a conversation. It made me feel really happy.
He did. And he said, you don't find that often anymore where kids can hold a conversation well when speaking to adults. So I just thought, praise be CC. So don't be scared of your kid not getting enough social time. They do, I promise. And if you have more questions, put them in the comments. We want to we're working on those videos for this summer. We want to give you great content to discuss and ponder at home. So let us know in the comments what you want to see coming up. And for now, as you're finishing out that school year, don't forget to CC with
Moxie.
Moxie. Thanks, guys.